What's up, guys and girls? Lazy Dragon here, and welcome back to the Shapeshifting Detective. Last time around we realised that this mystery of the murdered woman might be a bit more complex than we first thought, and then we fell down a rabbit hole of confusion and emotion, and to be honest I still haven't fully recovered, so let's go to the next chapter and blindly stumble our way through some more conversations.
Listening to Radio August.
We're going to go and visit Zack first of all. Zack, because he's the photographer that took naughty pictures of the dead lady before she was dead. It'd be a bit weird if we did it after she was dead. We're not trying to get some sort of weird strippogram zombie going here. Are you Zack Weston? I hope so, otherwise I'm in the wrong house in the middle of the night. Whoopsie-doodle. Just breaking into every home in Wales. Excuse me, are you Zack Weston? I say whilst punching my head through the window. I didn't mean to be in your kitchen, I just have some questions to ask.
Yes, what do you want?
Oh, he's doing the Brock thing. He's closing his eyes, that way we can't tell if he's making eye contact with us or not. And because the #1 surefire way to tell if people are lying to you is eye contact, we now can't call them out on being a liar. That is very clever of you. Now can I see your Geodude, or is that out of the question?
I already told the police. She did all those things of her own accord.
Actually, that's kind of weird thinking about it. Not Dorota doing things of her own accord, you know, she's a strong, independent boudoir model who don't need no man. But walking up to a random dude on the street and asking if you can see his Geodude, that's got to be an innuendo in some part of the world. In a weird village in Japan.
Oh! Dorota Shaw.
Yeah, Dorota Shaw, the murdered girl.
I'm afraid I didn't know
The only thing that's ever happened in this town is that someone was murdered here. Why did none of you know about her? You photographed her. Yeah, he did. 'Cause he's a dirty Bertie, isn't he? Dirty Bertie with his, like, telephoto lens? Do you use those in boudoir shoots? Or are those just what you use when you're hiding in the hedges outside someone's house? I don't know how photography works.
For the August Chronicle, she won some sort of award. I remember her cello.
Oh, do you now? Oh. So you're telling me that cello was not a euphemism there? That's boring. Did she come to the studio?
No, I went to her house, along with the reporter. It's better with these human interest stories to capture them in a natural habitat.
Natural habitat? She was a cellist, not a tiger. You can't make a zoo populated with people from the orchestra. And if you look to your left, you will see the bassoonist, quietly playing away to himself whilst batting a small bowl of food.
If you asked me to drive there without my sat-nav, no.
He couldn't be the murderer. Bad sense of direction. How could he possibly get home again afterwards? Was that the only time you met Dorota?
No, actually, I've been running a special offer on portraits since she came.
You've met her twice. That means he knows who she is. And because 95% of murders are done by people who know the victim in advance, this therefore means that Zack is the killer.
You can see.
Ah, those are some nice photos, yeah. She's getting really intimate with that cello. Is she wearing a shirt or not? I can't...
No.
Oh no, it's like a full-length dress thing. Okay. I thought she was just wearing trousers and no top. Ah.
Do you see what I see?
Yeah, I do see what you see. She looks kinda like Gal Gadot in that light. Wonder Woman with a cello. That's just real wonderful. No, bad, Lazy Dragon. Focus up, we've got a murder to solve.
Nothing else?
What else am I supposed to be looking for? Pictures of Dorota. Is there something in the background, a hidden message? Have you written on the walls in invisible ink?
Just a dead girl who looks alive. That's the power.
Oh, sod off. Sod right off. I thought there was some clue there. But no, he's going, oh, look, she's still alive in these photos. Haha, I'm a fucking magic man. I can preserve life forever because I took a picture of it, you douche. Unless, of course, he's got Dorota's body preserved in his basement. He might be a serial killer. That might have been a hint. Do we know what happened to her body? I think we know what happened to her body. Can I get the option to go to the morgue and just check that her body's still there?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Simple question. Did you take pictures of Dorota? Could you explain more clearly? What do you mean by pictures? And who is Dorota? Violet told me the truth. You took naughty photos together. Oh, scandalous.
Violet needs to mind her own business. I didn't want to mention them out of respect for the dead. You've heard of boudoir photography.
Wasn't that what you were just showing me? What is it? I'm getting confused here. Oh, well, these are the naked ones. Okay, might be a slight difference.
Dorota saw my boudoir set and asked me to take some shots.
Oh, yes, it's all Dorota's fault, right, okay. Easy to blame the dead girl when she can't defend herself.
Or girlfriends, I suppose.
Who did Dorota get them for? Can I see them? Please.
She didn't say.
I promise not to be awkward anymore. So we assume Dorota got them for the boyfriend, but what if it's not for the boyfriend? What if it's for some secret admirer? Like...
Yes. I know Violet very well.
There's no one in this game that really fits that criteria, is there? Yeah, well, there goes that train of thought. Right, you know Violet. How well do you know Violet?
Violet takes it very well, actually. I like him like that. With a frosty exterior comes a soft, warm centre.
Frosty exterior? A soft, warm centre? Like an ice cream with a lamp in the middle. So you're sleeping with her.
My analogy wasn't explicit enough for you. Yes, we have sex.
No, thank you for clarifying that. I'm the smart shapeshifting detective. You need to spell everything out for me.
Here. I'm usually here most nights.
Well, he has an alibi. He was here alone in the dark with no witnesses. That's foolproof. Yes. Completely watertight. Can't get through that alibi.
Only the roof rats.
And I don't speak roof rat. Darn and blast. How are we supposed to get any information out of him now? Ooh, I remember. I can shapeshift. Let's go be Violet.
With an empty kind of longing once. Like needing to go home after a long day of pain, finding the water below like you'd find the bed sheets at night. He was dead. The demon had outgrown his host, gotten too big for this poor soul to bear, tore him apart and drowned with him.
What the flying fuck is the radio going on about? What the absolute... No! Shut up, radio! Frickin'... Oh no, the demon came to life and it outgrew you and it ripped people apart and... Jeez! Who puts that on a normal radio broadcast?
Hello, I'm Violet.
What the... There. I was wondering why I got so confused the other day whilst playing this game. There's your answer. Frickin' radio's putting subliminal messages into my head. Right, let's go back to Zack as Violet, see if he's got any more information to hand out. You know, best case scenario, we figure out that he's the murderer. Worst case scenario, we just spend some lovely time with a nice photographer man. Did you hear about Dorota? Bluff, I came over last night.
I came over last night, but you weren't here.
Ah, can we bluff him?
Well, that explains why there was no answer when I called you. I was definitely here.
Ah. Okay, so he was here, but Violet wasn't. We already knew Violet wasn't here. At this point, I'm confusing what I've actually been told with the random bullshit I've made up. Did you hear about Dorota?
Everyone in town's heard. She's a local celebrity now.
Then why did you pretend not to know about her when I asked, did you know about Dorota the last time when I was being normal detective lady and not redhead guesthouse lady? The names have fallen by the wayside, and now it's just random descriptions. Were you sleeping with her?
Violet? Of course not. I only have eyes for you.
Aww. Well, that's sweet.
That's not what I heard.
Well, this is blossoming romance.
This again. I told you, I'm not seeing anyone else. I have gorgeous women in my studio all the time, but you're special.
Aww.
Not because you want to take off your clothes.
Isn't that
At
nice?
some point, it's just
You can still find love in a...
well educated.
the scene of a murder.
You're the most beautiful woman I've ever met.
He is genuinely in love with this woman. I feel bad for using her body like some sort of face mask now. Okay, let's go see the Chief, because Violet and the Chief have funny things to say to each other as well. The Chief's buggered off. Visit Oscar! Oscar's buggered off. How am I in his house? We're just breaking and entering. All willy-nilly. Good, the radio's still turned off. Freaky bloody thing. Well, now I'm a bit confused. Tad confused, bit cautious. Because, well, firstly, we've run out of people to transform into. Like, we used to have half a dozen other people we could be, and they've all vanished, so maybe I've used up all of their dialogue options? Let's try and be Zack. Does he unlock anything new? Because we haven't been him yet.
I'm Zack Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
And in true adventure game style, I'm now going to click on every single person until we find the one bit of dialogue that lets us progress the game. Hi, Violet.
What are you doing here? Quick, don't let anyone see you.
You're really bad at hiding. You didn't even get off the sofa, you just bent forwards and hoped nobody would notice you. You can't see me, I'm a cushion. I'm very soft and comfortable, just don't sit on me. Why don't you want anyone to see me? It's not because of our illicit romance, it's because you're black. Oh god, I should not quote ghost stories in the middle of a Let's Play.
What? You're the one who said we shouldn't be seen together. What are you doing here?
Ow, I've been caught out again. Curse me and my inability to pretend to be other people. You'd think being a shapeshifter would make it really easy, but no. It just makes you fall apart all the more when you actually have to hold a conversation.
What did you say to Sam?
Everyone's talking about Dorota.
Are you happy Dorota's dead?
Are you happy Dorota's dead?
But that doesn't implicate her, does it? I mean, I'm sure there were plenty of people that were happy when Hitler died. That doesn't mean they were in the bunker with him holding a pistol under his jaw, were they?
I didn't say that. But we both know what Dorota was like. She practically threw herself at you.
Is that how she died? She wasn't strangled. We were standing at the edge of a cliff together, and Dorota threw herself at me, and of course I ducked out of the way, you know? Look at these reflexes. And poor Dorota, she just went sailing off into the sunset. Ignore the wet, squelching sound that happened when her body made contact with the rocks below.
Don't play games with me, Zack.
What do you mean, don't play games? We're currently playing a game. What am I supposed to do? Should I just turn this off? You know, read a book instead? Everyone's talking about Dorota.
I know. But I suppose people like that attract trouble.
Violet is really judgmental. Is that why you killed her? Dun dun dun!
Funny, Zack.
Wait, did you actually do it?
Sam Hurd.
Did you actually kill her? Say, give me a yes or no answer. Nod or shake your head, did you kill the cellist? Man, being a detective is really difficult. Who else have we got to talk to?
Let me stop you there. You are one creepy fellow.
Oh,
Now, I
oh,
don't know what
okay.
you had
This is
going
taking
on
a turn.
with Dorota, but I don't want anything to do with it. Do not come back here. Please.
Well, that's the end of that conversation. Oh, I can go and visit him again. Does he just say the same line over and over? Oh, he's abandoned his post. Oh, clearly he doesn't care all that much about me being here. I'm going to go and visit one of his girlfriends now instead. Oh, it was just a locked door. How about the other girlfriend? That's also a locked door. My god, both of the tarot readers have been turned into small pieces of wood. Who else can we visit? How about Oscar? Oscar really needs to stop leaving his front door unlocked. How about the chief? What is it with everyone in this game forgetting to lock their doors? How can you just walk into any house in the town? No, this isn't Pokemon. I'm not a small innocent child who just wanders into your house one day and demands that you heal these little pocket monsters. You know, I'm a fully grown adult. I could be dangerous. I could take explicit photographs of you. Okay, he's not really that much of a threat, is he? Who else haven't we been? Let's try old Rainy Boy.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
Because they were supposed to do another tarot card reading. So I'm going to go see the tarot card readers, and their doors are locked. And I can't shapeshift into them anymore, and their doors are locked. What are they doing back there? Have they got some sort of supernatural, sort of like, protective shield, or a ritual? Why can I not turn into two people anymore? You have a lovely guest house. That'll help us resolve this murder, won't it? You have a lovely guest house. Oh, if only there wasn't a dead body that I murdered and left in the back room, then it would be perfect. Something tells me that's not how this conversation is going to go.
It is quaint, isn't it? It's all my parents had when they died. We are literally sitting in my inheritance.
Really? Oh. As far as inheritances go, it's not that great, to be honest. I've gotten confused, I've gotten scared, I've gotten turned around half a dozen times, and now one of the doors are locked and there's probably some weird satanic ritual going on behind it.
Father died first. Heart attack.
Oh.
They found him in the freezer when Mother died.
Wait, what?
He had a pulmonary embolism.
Found him in the freezer?
I didn't really talk to them much.
Do you mean literal next to the frozen peas freezer? Like, sort of Green Lantern's girlfriend in the fridge sort of freezer? What? Who has a heart attack and immediately goes, I know what will take care of this. Some frozen pizzas. In I go. Just dives in amongst the fucking ice cubes.
Yes, she kept him in the chest freezer because she didn't want to be alone.
Oh,
Stored him perfectly.
that makes more sense.
Still use it today.
Your mother was a bit of a psychopath, and you still use the freezer. Personally, I still prefer my idea of the guy having a heart attack and going, well now, what we really need to do to take care of this, find some frozen chicken. That'll solve our problems immediately. Who else can we talk to? Oscar? No. Zack?
Rain!
Hey!
I'm surprised
The
to see you
conversation!
here. I
Finally!
take it you know about Dorota already. All that stuff we talked about yesterday, that's strictly between you and me.
Yeah, what stuff did we talk about yesterday? Refresh my memory.
What stuff?
Just in case I'm not actually Rain.
That's the spirit. Now, I think it's best if we don't get caught speaking to each other. Overcautious, I'm sure, but I think it's for the best.
What have you two done?
Maybe we can
What
get
have you two
together
been
for a
planning?
man's night out after
Tell me what you have done. Yeah? Yeah? Cheeky lads night out, you know, a bit of Nando's and some banter? Okay.
Great. Well, I'll see you soon.
So, oh, are they secretly gay lovers? I don't know why my mind went there immediately. Maybe Zack was using Dorota as a beard, sort of cover for his own homosexual activities, and Rain and him are best buddies. This requires further investigation. At this point, I'm just searching through the social ins and outs of Wales by this point. We've forgotten the murder. Dorota's corpse is just laying there cooling by itself, whilst I'm running around trying to fix everybody up with a relationship. How about the chief? No. God damn it, where am I going wrong? Who do I still need to transform into? There can't be that many people left, right? We've been Violet, we've been Zack. Oscar, it's your time to shine, my friend. Step up to the bat.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Right then, Oscar. Who do you want to talk to first? Violet, she's not there. Bronwyn, she's still a door. Rain, he's vanished off the face of the earth. Lex. This is how they do actual detective work in real life, remember? They have to examine every possible lead. They have to sort of turn over every stern, yet they turn all of the parts of the boat over, turn over every stone, have to check that there's nothing they've missed, and that means shape-shifting into every random nobody and talking to a door, just in case it gives you some sort of weird dialogue option. You got to be certain with these things. You can't just hope.
Sensing the thing with Bronwyn went badly.
Thing with Bronwyn?
Why did you put me up to it?
Why did you... Oh yeah, I was supposed to break into her room, which I did, but she wasn't there.
I need all hands on deck. You're a hand. At least I thought you were.
Yeah, I'm a hand. I can help. I went in there, but
Never
nothing
mind.
happened.
At least you tried.
Is there anything else I can do?
Where did you get those photos from? Oh, I got them from Zack, didn't I? But where does the Chief have them now? Did he already have copies of the photos? Is this a clue?
No, you've done enough. I'll keep up my end of the bargain, make those speeding tickets go away, though technically you'd have more points than a hedgehog if I kept them. And if I do catch you speeding in August again, Oscar, instant ban. Capiche?
That's cool.
Yes.
He went so fast he turned into Sonic the Hedgehog. That's a pretty good way to get a speeding ticket.
Yes.
So, Oscar broke into someone's house in order to get out of a speeding ticket. Now, I might not be the greatest detective in the world, but at the very least I do know that speeding tickets are a much lesser fine and a much lower penalty than getting caught trespassing and breaking into someone's home. I get the feeling Oscar here does not make good decisions on a regular basis. Who haven't I been? Yeah, the Chief. Sure, Chief time. Why not?
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
With any luck, this will give us the dialogue options we need to actually progress. Violet. Her head has somehow shrunk since we last saw her. This is tiny head Violet. Her head is really small, but her body is huge. That's why she gossips so much. She stores all of the gossip in her body. Really, she's only 3 foot tall. She only looks normal sized to us because of all that gossip she's keeping in there. Unfortunately, her head, she hasn't stored any gossip up there, which is why it looks so tiny. See, at this point, I'm just making up nonsense. What am I supposed to do? There's no option to accuse anyone. There's no option to even talk to people at this point. I'm just shapeshifting into everyone and clicking on all the buttons. I'm a maniac at the dashboard. Press every button and flick the switches and throw the levers, and now the windscreen wipers are going.
Chief? Again?
Hello. Again.
Did Dorota have any online friends?
Did Dorota have any friends? Any at all? Was Dorota a sad sack who just lived by herself?
She didn't really use any social networks. Didn't have the time. Mainly just
Well,
cello,
again,
cello.
there goes that line of inquiry.
Clubs or groups?
She didn't use the computer because she was too busy playing the cello. No groups or clubs?
She helped out at a Rainbows group.
Rainbows?
I think it's like Cub
Yeah,
Scouts
no,
for
I know
little kids.
Rainbows.
Did that with her mum. But, I don't know. Unless she was strangled by a 9-year-old.
Don't rule it out. We could be looking at a Chucky scenario here. The small innocent doll could have gotten her. Yeah, I reckon a 9-year-old could have maybe killed her, given the right circumstances. Because don't they become super powerful when they're in danger? Or, no, they don't. I'm thinking of mothers when their babies are trapped in cars. They end up becoming a bit stronger to sort of save the child. At no point do 9-year-olds become superpowered when they're scared. What the fuck am I talking about? Ah, jeez.
Hello. I know you.
Hey, he knows us. This town of 10 people and he knows one of them. Fucking give Zack a medal. I understand you knew Dorota Shaw.
I freelanced for the August Chronicle and they did a story about her.
Was that the first time you met her?
The scholar... What is the scholarship did you... Oh, yeah, that would be the subject of the article, of course.
Was that the first
It's all coming back to me now.
As far as I know. I meet a lot of people through work. Some are more memorable than others. I happened to mention my portraits.
Memorable?
She booked a session.
No. You don't call somebody that you're banging in the back room memorable. Come on. You must have a better compliment for Dorota than that. Don't speak ill of the dead, Zack.
A few weeks ago.
What
type of photo? We already know all of this. The game is giving me the option to explore the same dialogue branches whilst wearing 2 different faces.
For the paper. Record shots that any idiot with a phone can take. My studio is where the magic happens.
He's a magician.
Portraiture, but I dabble in other areas.
Boudoir.
Photography or... yeah, boudoir or dirty pictures?
Dirty pic. Boudoir. Dirty pic. Boudoir. Dirty pic. Boudoir. Dirty pic. Boudoir.
Boudoir, dirty pic. Boudoir, dirty pic. Boudoir, dirty pic.
Are you asking for yourself? Or...
Yes, boudoir photos for the bald man. Yes. I want a photo of me shirtless holding a cello with a really big goofy grin on my face like, look what I stole from the dead girl, it's my instrument now.
Of course.
Well, that answered nothing. And we've run out of people to shapeshift into. I've transformed into everyone. Who am I missing? How do we get this game to progress? What am I missing here? Go to your room, let's be Sam again. Haven't been him for a while. And once more, with feeling, let's go and see everybody in the house. Any new dialogue options? Let's talk about Zack Weston again. That's how we started the episode.
Do we really have to?
Yes, let's talk about him some more. Tell me everything about him. What's his shoe size? What's his favourite sort of perfume? He says you're in a relationship. He says you're sleeping together. Was it relationship or just sex? I think it was... he says you're sleeping together.
How vulgar. Yes, I suppose that is what he'd say. But I've never let him lay a finger on me. He says we're in a relationship, but he doesn't act like it.
Oh dear, relationship troubles. Well, I better solve these, because I'm sure as shit not solving that murder. Why doesn't he act like it?
He thinks he's irresistible to women.
Yeah, it's because there's like 3 dudes in this town. When your options are the cool photographer dude, the police chief who's like 40 years older than everybody else, and the sad sack Oscar, then your luck's kind of in if you're the cool photography dude. Everybody's flocking to him.
No.
Sucks to be you, Zack. You're not irresistible after all. What the hell? Who are you? Creepy small child. What are you doing here? Why does your face look 40 years old, but your body looks 6? Who the blazes is that kid? What? Where? What the freaking hell is going on?
Sam, look, I can't
No,
talk right
no,
now.
no, no.
Phone
I don't care about phone readings. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Explain the creepy child. Explain the creepy child. I'm in The Shining now. I don't want to be here. Oh. God, Lexi, help! Can I hide in your hairdo?
We've got to stop meeting like this. Seriously though, Sam, I'm working. Can't it wait?
Am I the only one that saw the small creepy child? Am I... Small creepy child radio talking about murder? What? I thought Spooktober was over and done with. Rain, can I just sit on the sofa with you? Hold me close. Don't let the creepy child get me.
I met him yesterday, doing the rounds, looking for reading work. Actually, he... Oh no. He did mention Dorota.
Cool. I could not care about the murder anymore. Somebody deal with the creepy child who looks like a 40-year-old woman.
Planning to meet up with. Said she was alone every Monday night because her parents go to the cinema. Do you know what that means?
Yeah. Dorota's parents go to the cinema. Yeah, that's cool. Can I just keep talking to you? Can I have a lovely time with old Rain instead? He seems nice. I hope he's not the murderer. At the very least, he's not a small child with a creepy look on her face. That's good enough for me.
I bet he is. It was that thing I told you about Dorota. I mean, I didn't know it was her then. He wanted to show me these explicit photos of her.
Oh, he wanted to show you explicit photos? Oh, okay. I thought he was just going to take them.
Alone on Mondays. I wonder who else he told that to.
So Zack gave information to the murderer, who was of course that creepy 9-year-old girl who was probably in rainbows. That's why they showed her. It all ties together. She's supposed to be out on a rainbow Cub Scout meet. Do they have like Cub Scout camps for rainbows? Rainbow camp? No, that sounds kind of like a gay festival. Rainbow camp. Have to think on that one. So, Birmingham.
Fine, Sam.
What did you do there? What was so strange and bizarre?
Mercury took us to Birmingham.
Mercury took you to
We didn't
Birmingham.
know what for. We never
But
really
you don't know why.
But we turned up. It started with a girl, Ginny.
Wait, no, what?
She was South
Ginny.
African. I
The
only mention
doors.
it
The
because
door
that
said
was-
Ginny on it. Why did the door say Ginny on it? The door. When I was trying to get to Lexi and Bloodraven, or the fuck's the name of the other tarot reader? Oh, it'll come to me. It said Ginny on the door. I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just a door, but the door said Ginny, and there was that little girl. Was she Ginny as well? No, wait, he just said she was South African. If she's South African, why is she white? Oh my god, you can't just ask people why they're white. Oh no, I've turned into one of the mean girls.
Yeah. We didn't know at the time, but in hindsight, it was after South African girls. 3 to be exact.
3 South African girls.
Traveller wanted
Why?
3.
Why 3? Because it's the magic number, or is there an actual reason?
You should ask Bronwyn. She's the one that knows about rice.
I can't ask Bronwyn.
I just know it
She's
normally involves
pissing
3,
around on the phone.
and all 3 share a common attribute.
All 3 share a common attribute. What attribute? This just raises further questions. Can somebody protect me from the small terrifying child?
I guess you might call them demons, in as much as they can get inside us. They come from other worlds.
You call them demons because they can get inside you? Oh, so do tapeworms, but you don't call those demons, do you? Why demons?
Some religions talk of demons, but they don't actually exist. Travellers can get inside us and make it look like we're possessed, hence the demons.
Travellers can make you look like you're possessed. Did a traveller inhabit Violet? Because she says she doesn't have memory of a certain period of time. Oh, is this how they have a different killer every time you play through the game? The traveller chooses to inhabit a different person each playthrough. Oh, so was it Violet all along? This is like the 20th person I've accused, which is quite incredible because there's only like 7 choices.
Yes, disturbingly. It's actually a lot more complicated than that. They choose a reality/universe where they actually evolve to become the person they're possessing. So they jump in a few million years before our timelines intersect.
So they're multiversal demons who have understanding of the future. And yet they chose to murder a poor woman in North Wales. I mean, this is some Doctor Strange level shit, and here they are butchering cellists. Do you ever feel like some demons aren't quite living up to their potential?
They can't just jump into someone. It takes a few hours for that. They make the decision before they travel, which is why we can catch them.
Okay. Okay, so this game is separated into spans of hours. Each chapter is a new hour, so I'm guessing if we don't catch the Traveller before X number of hours are up, we fail. Is that the game we're playing here? It only took me until episode 3 to figure out how the game is meant to be played. Oh, Christ. Never challenge me to noughts and crosses. It'll take me the best part of half an hour to figure out what I'm meant to be doing. So you think the murderer is a traveller?
Probably. The tarot doesn't just sat-nav us to normal murders.
No, doesn't it? That's what I'd use it for. Yeah, sort of thrill-seeking. And we have drawn the Five of Swords, which means that if you look to your right, you'll see someone being decapitated. Alright. There are no creepy kids. In fact, I'm leaving the building.
It's 8 o'clock and
Oh
time for another
no!
August
Not the
update.
radio again!
Police investigating the death of 21-year-old
No.
Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim.
Yes, always the person closest to the victim. Sure. Why not? The Tulip Festival. I have so many questions. The small girl. The girl. I don't understand where the girl fits into all of this.
You might want to take a jacket. Or a cap.
Or wear the jacket in the cab.
Or put the jacket on top of the cab, yeah. So many different things you can do with a jacket and a cab. Keep investigating the next chapter. Well, I think we've investigated everything we can this time around. We now know that there is a time-travelling demon from the future and another world who is currently butchering people for no real reason. There's a small creepy child that has absolutely no explanation or reason for existing. And yet, here we are, driving around in a taxi in the middle of the night. This is going to end horribly, isn't it? This is going to end absolutely horribly. What was that in the rearview mirror? I saw something in the rearview mirror for a moment there. Like the reflection of the driver. Do it again. Show me what was in the rearview mirror. Because it's not lighting up now. Why not? What is it? Was there a clue there that I completely missed? Well, I guess we'll have to leave that until next time. Thank you all for joining me. This has been the Shapeshifting Detective Part 3. It's a horror game after all. Yay! I should have saved it until October. But we'll be back before too long with the next part of this mystery. So until then, farewell everyone.